You know, one of the least talked about things when it comes to preparation and survival is the medical aspect of things, getting training and having the right gear. And today, we're going to take a look at some RHINO Rescue QF001 bleed control IFAK and their tourniquets. Let's check them out. All right, folks, welcome back. So before we begin the video, I just want to let you know they are having an awesome sale over on RHINO Rescue. They're having the MyFAK kit for 15% off. My code will give you 15% off on these. I'm going to give you links to this stuff today, but do check out the site. They're having a ton of other sales. If you follow my link, you'll be able to see it. Now, what is this QF-001 bleed control IFAK? Well, move the tourniquets out of the way because we'll get into those in a second. I want to show you this kit. The main reason for this kit is going to be for that new tack vest that I picked up, the new plate carrier that I picked up. And I wanted a little bit of a bigger first aid kit on it to be able to have everything I possibly need, plus room to add a few things here and there for my own personal comfort. If I want to stick a couple of aspirins in here, whatever. It's not one of those micro, tiny, barely can hold a tourniquet and a pair of EMT shears type deals. This actually can hold some gear in it. Also, too, I want to be able to pull this out and reach it myself, and there's a reason. I'm going to be putting this on my back. Now, not fully in the direct center of my back where it's going to be hard to get, but it's going to be on the back panel of my vest. One of the cool things about this is the quick and easy access on it. Let me pop this open and show you. You're literally pulling this center part right out. There we go. So anything I need, I can just pull out of that. This almost becomes like a dump pouch after the fact. Very, very easy to pull out there. We're going to spread everything out and let you see what's inside. Another thing that just for me personally, this has nothing to do with the kit. If you're going to be looking into life-saving procedures, if you're going to be looking into using tourniquets, nasal pharyngeal airways, definitely decompression needles, anything like that, you definitely want to get some training. I have taken many classes for, basic first aid, combat first aid. I was never in the military, but I've taken these classes a lot. And it's a learning curve, and you have to know yourself. Are you squeamish at the sight of blood? Are you going to be like, oh, I can't touch that, I can't do it? That's nothing to be ashamed of. That's just something you got to know about yourself. If you know you can't do that, then maybe this isn't for you, and maybe this is on your person for somebody else to treat you. And that's also what this is for, too. So you do get that nice little pull-out interior panel. It's designed for quick and easy access for anything. It can be integrated quickly in the inner panel there, or with a strap slot. You have a nice pull strip up top. I think the other one comes in red. This one's just a green one. You can get all the stuff out of here in less than 2 seconds, and you can get a quick response to an emergency, either yourself or for somebody else helping you, with a one-handed operation. So it ensures you have everything you need right at your fingertips. Now, could this have been smaller? Sure. Might have been, able to pack it down a little tighter and all, but I didn't want it tiny. I wanted enough gear in there. So we're going to go into what's inside here. I do want to let you know that this does have a very cool system on it. It has the MOLLE adaptive system here. So if you ever want to put anything else on this kit, on the sides, if you want to stick an extra tourniquet in there, whatever, with the back as well, you can do that very, very easy and simply just by sticking it on there. It's very, very easy to weave into clothing or weave into your MOLLE gear, I should say, not clothing, and you'll be able to take care of yourself that way. So the stuff on the front here and everything, you can fit anything you want. You can even stick stuff on the bottom with the elastic. If I wanted to stick another tourniquet on the bottom, if I wanted to stick some other kind of bit of gear on the bottom, I can do that. It works perfectly for that purpose, and you will be able to strap this onto pretty much anything you really want. It does come out through there. It is Velcro inside there, so you're just going to weave this through your gear and through this. I don't know if people have taught people how to do that. You're going to put it through here and then through your vest and then through here and through your vest, and you weave it so it's not flopping around like that. I see a lot of people put stuff on MOLLE webbing and it's kind of like flopping like this. When you weave it, it actually becomes part of the fabric. It really works very, very well, much better. Now you also have some Velcro on here if you want to put a first aid patch on it. Again, this is going to be, for me, this particular plate carrier is going to be kind of a low visibility. Yeah, it's a plate carrier with magazines on it, but it's not going to be my main unit that I would grab and take with me, say, if I might not be ever coming home again. This is going to be for maybe trouble around the house, an intruder, a mob coming down the street where our neighborhood's looking to protect ourselves, whatever crazy scenario you can come up with, and they're not so crazy these days. That's what this is going to be for. So it's going to be more of a quick kind of reaction type thing and not a long-term bug out or anything like that. Now, would I take this with me if I was bugging out? Well, I'd take my main one and this one. Can't hurt to have a backup. So this does have a very convenient design. This is perfect for all uses. I mean, if you want to stick this on your bug out bag, if you don't have a plate carrier, maybe you live in a state that doesn't allow you to own a firearm, whatever, or the firearm you want to own, whatever it may be, you can use this for anything. This is perfect for outdoors, hiking, camping, police, military, first aid folks, and you do get a 100% satisfaction guarantee on it. So if you find stuff you don't like and you really, get it and you're like, I don't know, you can easily send it back and they will take care of it. Now, let's quickly show you what's inside here, and then I want to get into the tourniquets. Before I want to show you that, I want to show you, this does come with a first aid manual. I would not rely on just reading the manual. I actually took a class like this recently, and you don't want to rely on just the manual. You actually want to have an instructor there teaching you. It's helpful, don't get me wrong. In an emergency, it may save somebody's life. But again, when we're talking about that, we do want to get that. This is a TCCC card, okay? This will show you what you're doing to the patient, where the injuries are, what they've received, the mechanism of injury, whether it's a burn, an RPG, a grenade, whatever, all the different blood you might be giving them, meds, antibiotics, whatever. Okay, that is just a nice thing to have during a disaster. Would I be filling this out? Probably not. I'd probably be using this kit. Anyway, let's show you really quick. Now, the bottom is just your emergency bandage. This is kind of similar to an Israeli bandage, same deal. You do get a tourniquet in here. I will get into the tourniquets in a second. I know folks are kind of picky about tourniquets. If that's the case, you can always replace it. But I have tested out their tourniquets, and I have the other ones over here, and I haven't found anything to complain about yet. Okay, I've put them on myself. I've tied them down tight. They have not ripped. They have not been damaged or anything like that. You are going to get EMT shears here. These are actually worth a darn because they're serrated. I don't know if you can see the blade on that, but they're very well serrated. Let me see if I can find something to cut here. We'll just use this. This is a tourniquet manual. You can see, you can cut right through that. So you're not going to be having that problem with clothing where you're like trying to get under there and everything. And these are very, very handy. You won't poke anybody, with a sharp scissors edge, and they are kind of angled upward. So when you're cutting, if you have to cut off a pant leg or something, they're very well made, and they actually do work well. Next upper pocket here, this secondary pocket, you're going to get gloves, nasopharyngeal airway. Again, do learn how to use these things. You are going to get what are these? Gosh, I forget the name of these again. I hate that one. Oh, compressed gauze. I always want to call them something else. But there's an actual name for it, because when we took our CERT class, they told us how many things this could be used for. And of course, a chest seal. It is a vented chest seal. You will have the vent right there and some gauze inside. Again, there are directions on here on how to use it. It's pretty simple. You're going to be covering the wound, removing the protective liner of it, placing it on the over the wound with the vent right over it, and then you push it down to make sure it sticks to the skin and it seals up. So definitely cool stuff to have. Again, if you're unsure about your skills, you definitely want to take a training class. But I love their gear, because I got to say, I have got a lot of first aid kits over the ages of doing YouTube, and some of them have been really lacking. It's nice to actually see a company starting to concentrate on some important stuff, as well as the basics. Now, you will get a little marker here as well, and that is for, to open it up, marking the tourniquet when you put it on. You'll notice there's a thing here. I'll show you on one of the other ones. It'll show you a time that you put it on. You want to write the time on there so you can keep track of any kind of how long it's been on, any kind of potential damage to tissue if it's been on for too long. So when they actually get somewhere where they can be rescued and helped, the doctor knows how long that tourniquet's been on and knows if there's any kind of possible tissue damage or if it should be taken off or whatever. So, very neat little kit. That's what I'm going to be using it for. I will put links down below where you can pick it up. I want to show you this pack back together again, because it goes back together very easily. It's not one of those kits where you pull it all apart and you're like, oh God, how am I going to put it all back? It's not like they have some magician at the factory doing it and you can't ever put it back together again. It goes back in very easily. Everything is elastic, so it slips right back in there. Of course, doing this with my wrong hand, reversed on the camera, is going to make me look like a fibber. There you go, right in there. Okay. Next part is going to be this stuff here. I put the chest seal in the back, on the back of that there. Okay. Very, very simple to put in there. Your compressed gauze. And I always leave this, I put the gloves on top, because the gloves are probably going to be the first thing you grab. if you're working on somebody other than yourself. The nasopharyngeal airway, put it back in there. Back this way. There we go. Okay. And that, because it's rubber and soft, is kind of hard to stick in there. But I always stick this right up top here, okay? In any kit that I have, I always take a marker and stick it right on the edge there, because you want to remember to use that when you're going to be putting a tourniquet on. You want to be able to put the time on there, so whoever treats the patient after you're done taking care of them knows how long it's been on. Again, slide this pouch right into here. There is a little tiny bit of Velcro on the top of this guy here that will stick on there. And just close it down, and it's that simple. So like I said, it's not like you have to be some magician to put everything back in there. Can you add stuff to this? Certainly. I think it's a pretty complete kit. Real quick, we're going to get into the tourniquets. I want to show you these. These are, of course, a copy of the cat tourniquet. They are ready to deploy. Now, I have one here that I've opened up and tested, and as you can tell, tweaked the heck out of. And as you can see, I've done no damage to it. I put it on my arm, I put it on my leg, I've tweaked it down to the point where, yeah, they hurt, and they're supposed to hurt. I've had no problem with the windlass at all, you know, where I've tied it up. And remember, when you're done with this, you're going to be tying it up, sticking it under here, and this is where your time comes in. Go across here, seal that in, and write the time, you know, 8:45 a.m., whatever, whenever you put that on. So I really like their stuff. I've had no issues with it so far. Really, to me, seems like quality gear. So I've been really happy with it, and I've had no issues with it. I usually like to take these out of the plastic. They do come in plastic. I like to kind of set them up. You know, maybe you want to open it big like that, so you know when you go to use it, it's ready to go. Okay, just like that. I like to open it big so I have a big opening if I need to deploy it. Sometimes they'll come like this, and then you spend all your time doing this with the patient bleeding out. So you want to leave it like kind of a little bit big where you know it's going to be larger than you need, and just seal it up. Anyway, folks, that's the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will have a link down below on the kit. These are $52, just the kit. And I also have a link directly to the tourniquets if you're interested in picking a few up. I feel having extras are always a good thing. Again, if you feel unsure, if you feel uncertain, maybe you don't like the tourniquets, hey, you know what? You can always replace it. I'm probably going to put one of these in here. On the outside of it, just so it's a quick grab kind of thing. So if I need to throw it to somebody or somebody else gets hurt, I can do that. Or I can just grab it for myself really quickly. So definitely cool little kit. I do like RHINO Rescue stuff. I do find that it does hold up very well. I wanted to show you really quick where I plan on putting this. You remember the vest I did a couple weeks ago. It's just going to go along the side here where I can reach back with my hand. And that will be what I use it for. And maybe I'll get another pouch over here if I need to put some small stuff in there, little things here and there, not magazines or anything like that, because that's going to be on the front. I am going to eventually look for the zippered kind of deal here, and then stick that on the outside of it. But all in all, I love this vest. I got to say, this plate carrier has been very comfortable. I have actually taken it out and tested it, and carried it with stuff in it. So somebody asked me inside here, there's rubber pads here to hold it, if that was a trauma pad. They are not. They are just simply there to kind of keep the shape of the item. I will be looking around for another pair of plates for this particular carrier, but no, they're not there for that. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. The links will be down below for this guy here and the tourniquet separately. Remember, my code, I have a discount code. It's Iridium242, all in caps. That will be down below so you can copy it. And you can save 15% off anything on the site. So definitely check them out and get yourself trained up on first aid. You're definitely going to need it during hard times. Even if it's not from some kind of middle of combat type injury, there are so many other injuries that can happen during a disaster or emergencies. Think earthquakes, think floods, fires, whatever. You're tripping as you come out of a door and you break your leg. You definitely want to start thinking about first aid, because it's definitely an important part of preparedness. And all in all, RHINO Rescue has provided me with a lot of good gear and a lot of nice stuff that I can count on. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Don't forget, all our links are down below, including these two items. We have our Amazon affiliate store down there too. Even if there's nothing in the store you like, just click the link, shop as you normally would. We really do appreciate that. It costs you nothing to do. Our freeze-dried wholesaler link, that link saves you 15% on any freeze-dried food you can think of. They are packed with stuff. Now, there is a couple of days delay. He's kind of a little backed up because our last video kind of bombed the heck out of him. I could not believe how much food you guys bought, and I do appreciate that. And I'm sure he does too. So that link will save you 15%. We have our My Patriot supply link. That's preparewithiridium.com. Don't forget, this month, if you buy that 3-month kit, you're not only getting $200 off, you're also getting a free Alexa Pure water filter. That is a big stainless steel gravity filter, the one I use in my kitchen. I love the thing. And below that is our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.